Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe, now this start video. As excitement builds for the highly anticipated One Chicago crossover event, tension, albeit playful, is brewing between two stars of the franchise. Joe Manoso, known for his portrayal of Joe Cruz on Chicago Fire, recently made headlines with some humorous remarks aimed at his Chicago Med co-star, Steven Weber. The two actors will come together once more in NBC's much-awaited crossover, set to air on January 29. Manoso's comments, made in an interview with Screen Rant, have sparked curiosity, raising both eyebrows and laughter among fans of the series. Manoso, in true playful fashion, jokingly described Weber as really hard to work with, much to the surprise of fans who eagerly await the chance to see their favorite characters interact during the special event. Manoso quickly clarified his remarks, however, offering a tongue-in-cheek follow-up to ensure there was no misunderstanding. "That's a joke. Please don't take that seriously," he laughed, confirming that his comments were made in jest. He further explained, "I think at this point, with the exception of some of the newer people on Med who came in this season, I've had the pleasure of working with pretty much everybody on all three shows." This lighthearted exchange, while playful, is indicative of the camaraderie and good-natured rivalry that exists behind the scenes among the talented actors of the One Chicago franchise. While fans often see their favorite characters facing life-or-death situations on screen, behind the camera, the relationships between the actors appear to be equally entertaining, albeit filled with fun banter. The One Chicago franchise is preparing for a thrilling event with its first full crossover since October 2019, bringing together the heroic teams of Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD in a way that promises to deliver non-stop action, drama, and high stakes. The crossover episode, titled In the Trenches, is set to begin airing on January 29 and will feature a heart-stopping disaster scenario. The premise of the crossover revolves around a catastrophic gas explosion that rocks a high-rise building in Chicago. The city's first responders, police officers, paramedics, and firefighters spring into action to rescue hundreds of civilians from the wreckage. However, it's the hidden dangers beneath the surface of the disaster that will truly test their skills, as the heroes race against time to save 40 people trapped underground, including 2 of their own. With a crisis this massive, the stakes are higher than ever for the characters we've come to know and love. For Joe Cruz, this crossover event will also mark a pivotal moment in his ongoing storyline. Manoso has teased that the crossover will act as a culmination of Cruz's current arc, which revolves around his troubled past with a character named Junior. Junior, the cousin of a gang leader named Flanco, is tied to a dark chapter in Cruz's history. Back in Season 1, Cruz made the painful decision to leave Junior behind in a fire, an event that has haunted him ever since. Now, Cruz finds himself once again facing the consequences of that decision, and the fallout will be a major plot point in the crossover. In a conversation with Screen Rant, Manoso revealed that Cruz will be faced with some difficult decisions that will place him in dangerous territory. He's going to make some decisions that really put him in some hot water, and then the ramifications of that are going to really show up in Episode 10, Manoso hinted. The emotional stakes for Cruz couldn't be higher, as he will do whatever it takes to protect his family, even if it means putting himself in harm's way. As the storyline progresses, Cruz will find himself deeply entangled in a dangerous mess, and Manoso assures fans that Cruz will emerge from this chapter, but not without consequences. The ramifications are going to be huge, and they'll carry over into the crossover, Manoso teased. Cruz is, and always will be, concerned about protecting his family first and foremost, and he will go to any lengths to do that. Unfortunately, that means he's going to get tangled up in a big old mess. Let's hope he comes out the other side of it. But I will say, it will not be unscathed. Weber, who portrays Dr. Dean Archer on Chicago Med, also shared his thoughts about the upcoming crossover event. He likened the scale of the crossover to that of a major blockbuster, comparing it to the Avengers. Endgame of the One Chicago universe. This particular crossover is the equivalent of the audience going to a One Chicago amusement park, Weber told Collider in a separate interview, and combine that with all these amazing actors. It's not just a couple here and there mincing through the ER or some doctor showing up at a crash site or something like that. This is like Avengers Endgame. Everybody comes in, and they are going. And the audience is going to be screaming. Weber's comparison to Avengers Endgame speaks to the sheer magnitude of the crossover event, which will see a multitude of characters from all three shows coming together in an action-packed spectacle. The logistics of such an event are not without their challenges, as Weber pointed out. I've heard that it's very, very difficult to act while wearing 40 to 50 pounds of gear, oxygen tanks, and masks, he remarked, acknowledging the physical strain that comes with the intense demands of being on set during such a large-scale production. But despite these challenges, Weber's enthusiasm for the crossover was evident, and he is clearly excited to be part of such a high-stakes and collaborative storyline. The crossover promises to be a thrilling, emotional roller coaster, with every character facing life-or-death situations in their own unique way. From the chaos of the gas explosion to the tense moments beneath the surface, as first responders scramble to rescue those trapped, the episode will have viewers on the edge of their seats. Fans of Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD can expect not only high-octane action, but also powerful emotional moments as their favorite characters are pushed to their limits. Whether it's Cruz's struggle to protect his family, Dr. Archer's medical expertise in the face of disaster, or the teamwork between the firefighters, police officers, and medical professionals, the crossover will showcase the heart and soul of the One Chicago franchise. With the franchise's loyal fan base eagerly awaiting this epic event, it's clear that the stakes are higher than ever. And the stakes are not just limited to the characters within the fictional universe. The collaboration between the actors, including Minoso and Weber, who have cultivated strong on-screen and off-screen relationships, will be a key part of what makes this crossover unforgettable. As the countdown to the January 29 airing continues, anticipation for the One Chicago crossover is at an all-time high. This event will not only provide fans with unforgettable moments, but also highlight the dedication and camaraderie of the talented cast who bring these complex characters to life. Whether through dramatic storytelling or lighthearted behind-the-scenes banter, the One Chicago family is preparing to deliver an unforgettable experience. As the date for the One Chicago crossover draws near, anticipation continues to mount among fans of all three shows. The intricate weave of Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD has captured the hearts of viewers since the franchise first premiered, and the crossover promises to build on the momentum that has kept audiences hooked for years. The combination of action-packed scenes and emotional storylines is what makes One Chicago so special, and the upcoming event is no exception. For Joe Minoso, the crossover also serves as an opportunity to showcase Joe Cruz's evolution as a character. The character's journey has seen him navigate personal and professional challenges, but this new storyline involving Junior will test his loyalty to his family and his moral compass like never before. Cruz's decision-making process, especially when it involves protecting those he loves, will undoubtedly resonate with fans who have followed his story since the beginning. The tension surrounding his actions promises to add a deeper layer to the high-octane thrills that One Chicago is known for. For Steven Weber, Dr. Dean Archer's role in the crossover will highlight his no-nonsense attitude and his commitment to his patients. As the explosion and subsequent rescue efforts unfold, Archer's medical expertise will undoubtedly come to the forefront as he works alongside the other first responders to save lives and mitigate the destruction caused by the disaster. While Weber's playful comments about acting in heavy gear were lighthearted, his role in the crossover will undoubtedly have serious stakes, and his portrayal of Archer will be a crucial component in the medical side of the story. Additionally, the crossover event will continue to highlight the unique blend of teamwork and heroism that defines One Chicago. The collaborative efforts between the firefighters, paramedics, and police officers demonstrate the unwavering dedication that each of these characters brings to their respective roles. Whether it's Cruz's courage in the field, Archer's skill in the ER, or the quick thinking of the officers on Chicago PD, viewers can expect to see characters from all three shows come together in a thrilling and emotionally charged narrative. Ultimately, this crossover will not only be an action-packed event, but will also delve deeper into the personal lives and motivations of its characters, giving fans a satisfying payoff as they witness their favorite stars working side by side.